elegant, graceful, and quick, in real time, generally under 3 seconds. It's Formula One's perfectly choreographed dance. No movement too great, none too small. Complete harmony. At pit stops, races are won and lost. Tenths of a second deciding victory or defeat. On the Texan circuit, the cars cover an average of 56 meters in 1 second. In the 24 seconds a driver needs from entering to exiting the pits, his rivals do a quarter of a lap. Eight tyre carriers deal with old and new tyres. 4 mechanics screw wheel nuts on and off. 2 technicians stabilize the car at the sides, and 2 others operate the front and rear jacks. 2 engineers stand by to replace any damaged parts. A starter man comes into play if the driver stalls the engine. Another technician gives light signals, and with that, the pit crew is complete. In Formula One, the drivers are the stars, but they can only win as part of a well-drilled team.
Pit stop is the perfect example of teamwork because the driver is out on the track racing as fast as he can, but if you have a bad pit stop, you can lose the Grand Prix. So I think that it really shows the team element.
However, the speed of a pit stop does not depend only on the pit crew. If the driver makes a mistake, even the best mechanics can't produce a top time.
For a driver, a pit stop is never easy. In the pit lane, he must be really careful not to do any pit lane speeding, because that actually gets him a huge penalty. The next problem is to actually find his pit and stop at the very spot, because only then the mechanics can perform the pit stop and the tire change in the way they practiced.
In the fine art of the pit stop, it's all about time. Just as important as speed, however, are the questions of when and how often. Long before the race, therefore, strategists calculate the optimum pit stop tactics for their team. The key factors: cornering speed, tyre wear, pit lane length, and even any changes in the weather. But precise planning is not enough.
Even the fastest strategy, in theory, might not be the fastest strategy out there in the race, so you have to adapt to whatever's happening.
If everything goes to plan, the pit stop can even be used to overtake.
It is a strategic way to actually do an overtaking. It's called an undercut. You bring in your car a little earlier, and therefore he does a fast lap, or rather the direct opponent is still out there on the track, and that's how you can change position, you can gain position.
Pit stops were not always the perfectly planned teamwork they are today. In the early days of the sport, it was often chaotic in the pits, and the lack of radio contact with the driver caused the odd surprise. As the sport itself has developed, so too have pit stops, gaining especially in importance.
So the pit stop is as crucial, if not more so, than any other aspect of the Grand Prix.
This season too, the pit crews are giving their all to outdo one another. But at present, one team is dominating the rest. In the contest for the fastest pit stop, Williams have their nose clearly in front in Formula One's precisely choreographed Technicians Ballet.